Lights on us. Where the camera's facing. I mean, that was probably not Bigfoot, that crack.
Brother.
Big old.
If that wasn't somebody shooting a 22,
yeah,
I'm gonna tell you right now, that's a rock on a rock.
No way did Bryce Mitchell and MMA Guru accidentally record extraordinary evidence of a mythical creature. Well, let's dive in. In January of this year, Guru finally got his wish to go fishing with Bryce. They went out on a remote creek near Searcy, Arkansas, and started hearing bumps in the night. What started out as a joke turned into a night they won't soon forget.
Appreciate you, brother. You hear that big old fish flopping?
I did.
That was either a fish or that was Sasquatch throwing a rock.
Yeah.
And, I mean, it didn't sound like water, did it?
No, it did not. It sounded like a big
rock.
old thing. I mean, that was probably not Bigfoot, that crack.
Bryce said he heard rock on rock. I've heard people in the comments saying that they think it's a beaver tail slap or possibly a fish flop. This is the rock clack, and then we'll compare that to a beaver slap after.
I mean,
Bryce does have a point. There does appear to be a stark contrast between the suspected rock clacks and a beaver tail slap. We're going to get into an in-depth analysis later on. Right now, let's address the elephant in the room. There's big dull thuds right after the clack. These look like footsteps. Listen closely after the rock clack.
I mean, that was... I mean...
Now just the footsteps. So the signatures are here. This is probably like vegetation getting mashed down while it takes a step. This is actually the echo of the rock clack. This is the big step. Then there's a smaller step, and then there's a slide sound. The stride range from each step ranges from 0.6 to 0.7 seconds. This is in line with a bipedal walking gait. So, did this rock clack and walking appear out of nowhere? No. If we listen closely, a few seconds prior, it seems like something is walking up.
You just don't hear stuff like that very often. You know what I mean?
Lights on us. Where the camera's facing.
You don't hear stuff like that very often. You know what I mean?
Lights on.
You don't hear stuff like that very often. You know what I mean?
Lights on us.
It's vocalizing as it's walking up as well. It's a little bit quieter steps, but there's a vocalizations.
You don't hear stuff like that very often. You know what I mean?
Lights on.
You can really hear this last isolated step that it takes.
Lights on us.
Listen for very throaty, gargled, trilled vocalizations.
That very often. You know what I mean?
Lights. I mean, that was probably not Bigfoot, that crack.
Brother.
Big old.
If that wasn't somebody shooting...
This moment right here shocked Guru. There appears to be a signature of a howl call right here underneath 600. It's a horizontal line. I amplified it so you guys could hear it.
Big old.
If that wasn't somebody...
Big old.
If that wasn't somebody...
Big old.
If that wasn't somebody...
Next, we're going to dig into what made that rock clack. What was exerting the effort to make that rock clack? Now, if you look down in these lower hertz range from 100 to 400, there are actually two bands that are indicative of like a vocalization. So it sounds like something is exerting effort. And it sounds very deep and very guttural.
Where the camera's facing.
No, this is all one chain of events. We're just going to play it from the beginning. This all happened in real time.
You just don't hear stuff like that very often. You know what I mean?
Lights on us. Where the camera's facing. I mean, that was probably not Bigfoot, that crack.
Brother.
Big old.
If that wasn't somebody shooting 22.
Yeah.
You just don't hear stuff like that very often. You know what I mean?
Lights on us. Where the camera's facing. I mean, that was probably not Bigfoot, that crack.
Brother.
Big old.
If that wasn't somebody shooting 22.
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you right now, that's a rock on a rock. Ain't much against Bigfoot.
Yeah.
I'll be honest. We just want to run like hell. If we hear some shit like that, getting closer and closer, we'll get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
It could have been a fish, but buddy, that didn't sound like water to me.
Oh.
I mean, you just don't hear stuff like that very often. You know what I mean?
If it was just one of the things happening, like I heard footsteps, or oh, I heard a rock clack, I would be more inclined to think that maybe it's just random forest sounds. But when all of these happen in succession of each other, it tells me something is making that rock clack. Something is moving around. Something is making them vocalizations. And it's doing it for a purpose. What makes this video stand out is that they're in the middle of remote Arkansas. Neither one of them are Bigfoot researchers or cryptid researchers. They're literally just going fishing at night on a remote Arkansas creek. You know, this is the type of evidence that Bigfoot community would need. They need evidence where people aren't looking for them, but they show up. That way there's no room for fraud or, you know, misleading anybody. It's all just real time things happening. So if you guys enjoyed this video, I'd appreciate you sharing it, liking it, getting it out there, because this is a very large video. The original video has over 400,000 views. You know, these are pretty famous, popular people. The MMA Guru is a MMA media personality, you know, through YouTube. He ain't involved with the UFC. And Bryce Mitchell is a UFC fighter and a farmer and a country boy. And, you know, them experiencing this, a lot of people took it as a joke. But when I went and I listened, I couldn't believe what I was hearing. This might be some of the best accidental evidence on the internet. Thanks for watching.